What is the word nature?
Así como lo escucho, es naturaleza, ¿no?
Naturaleza, very good, excellent, Cami. So in these recent years, so well, like we could say, for example, 20 years ago, the people started to take care more of the nature, no? Like watch the rivers, take care of the animals, take care of the ozone layer in the world. And well, it has been starting like, or it has been increased the importance of the nature, no? Here I have two questions, but I want you to think as only one question. It's, do you think the contact with nature is important for a healthy lifestyle? And do you have that contact with the nature? And what is your favorite way to connect with nature, even if you don't do it very often? In my case, for example, I think that we have to, it's necessary to contact with the nature. And my favorite way to connect it is going to parks and when I can, of course, going to the beach. But I don't know, in the beach, I feel very close to the nature, like my feet on the sand. It feels very nice. But that is my moment, my way. What about you? Do you have a good connection with nature, or do you prefer to stay with your cell phone indoors, or do you like to go to the countryside, to the park? So how do you do it?
Teacher, I think nature is very important because all of ourself um, is origin by the nature. ¿Está bien dicho?
Yes, we are origin by the nature. Good.
Origin by the nature. And I haven't the opportunity to connect with nature as I like, but when I have the opportunity to go to parks or Simón Bolívar Park here in Bogota, I avoid using the cell phone and I try to connect with the nature, with the trees, with the that small things.
Perfect, great. Connect with the nature, with the trees, and in the park we have a little lake, which is great, no? Okay, Camila, thank you so much. Anybody else? How do you connect with the nature? Do you like it? You don't like it?
And yes, I think that it is necessary to connect with nature.
Hmm.
Uh, Particularly, I go to waterfalls with friends uh, a couple times per year, and I also visit some parks like and some places like the Cañón de Chicamocha
Okay.
in Santander,
And where do you live, Jay?
in Bucaramanga.
In what waterfalls are there?
Uh, the last one I visited was called the Caney. It, it is located in Piedecuesta.
Okay, very good. Okay, okay. Thank you, Jason. Very good. Waterfalls are pretty cold, no? But good. It must be a good way to connect with nature.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Jay. Anybody else?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead, Bob.
I think that the contact with the nature is very important because it gives us um, peace of mind
Mm.
and it allows to breathing, respirar,
Mm-hmm.
and it allows happiness. And in my case, I love visit the foundations. The dogs and the cats that it looking eh, homes, hogares.
Okay,
eh,
okay.
es la forma como yo conecto.
Very good. Like you would, I mean, those are called like adoption shelters, como refugios de adopción shelter. It means like refugio, no? That are those foundations that they are in charge of finding places for the little animals. Good. Because the puppies and the kitties, no, the puppies
Yes,
are.
teacher.
Mhm.
And dogs too.
Exactly,
Da-
totally.
dogs, patos,
Ah, the
duck.
duckies, really?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I didn't know that. Very good. Yes, I suppose. I don't know, but some people prefer the plants, other people prefer the animals, other people prefer the geographical accidents, like for example, waterfalls or canyons or those things. But well, every single aspect has different characteristics depending the person, no? Muy bien. Okay, guys. So, well, the idea is that this class we're going to be working on how we can compare ourselves to nature. And well, the idea to do it so it's because we can make comparisons and make metaphors. As you know, a metaphor it's like a comparison that we can make in which we give certain characteristics to one thing or to one person, depending the comparison that I want to do. In this case, we're going to work with different expressions, but these two are the first two, as if and as though. These expressions are a little bit formal, so probably you haven't seen it much in movies or you haven't seen it a lot, but they are really important, right? And Paul, help me to read this first part.
Okay, teacher. If you want to express impressions about feelings or behaviors,
Exactly. So,
uh, yeah, oh,
no, read the verbs. Yes.
okay. Act, behave, feel, look, seem, talk.
Excellent. That's it. Listo. Hasta ahí. Thank you. So in that case, it says that these expressions are going to help me if I want to express impressions about feelings or behavior of the people. It means that I want to think I want to say what I think of that action or of that impression that I have, right? It's a comparison. I'm thinking like, okay, that person is acting strange, or that person is behaving strange. What is the meaning of behave? I forget.
Comportamiento.
Behavior es comportamiento. Y este es el verbo que sería ¿cuál?
Comportarse.
Comportarse.
Comportarse muy bien, Jesús. Excellent, right? Entonces, in that case, act, behave, feel, look, seem, talk, they are all verbs related to human actions, no? So if I want to express what I perceive from that expression or from that action, I can do it making comparisons with these two expressions, okay? Jesus, my friend, help me with the first example, brother.
Yes, teacher. She's acting as if she's hiding something. Real
Exactly.
impression.
Perfect. So she's acting. The person that I am looking at is acting as if she is hiding something. That is expressing a real impression, something that I really think that it's happening, no? She is really hiding. What is the meaning of hide?
Ocultar.
Esconder.
Ocultar o esconder, muy bien, very good. So she's acting like she's hiding something, no? I see a person that it's suspicious, that it's like looking like this, or maybe that it's nervous. I'm saying, okay, she's acting like as if she's hiding something. And it's a real impression. It's a possibility, right? But there is another possibility. My friend Johan, help me to read this yellow example.
Okay, teacher. They looked as though they did something bad.
Perfect. As though, excellent. That's great pronunciation. So they look as though they did something bad, and it's a hypothetical guess. I am not sure what happened, but I suppose, hypothetically suppose, that the person did something bad. They look as though they did something bad. No necesariamente siempre va as if con impresiones reales y as though con hipotético. Pueden ir cualquiera de las dos. ¿Qué es lo que cambia? In the second part, in the expression that I'm in the impression, if it's in the present, it's because it's a real impression. If it's in the past, it's because it's a hypothetical guess. Es decir, que si yo digo she is acting as if she is hiding something, es porque creo que realmente sí está escondiendo algo. En cambio acá yo digo they look as though they did something bad, como si hubiesen hecho algo malo, es decir, no sé, estoy solo suponiendo, right? Si yo quisiera decir que ella está actuando como si hubiese hecho algo malo, ¿qué tendría que hacer? Cambiar ese is
Was,
por was, pero como es hipotético sería
were,
were.
Where?
Muy bien, Johan, excellent, yes. Entonces, she's acting as if she were hiding something, ¿cierto? No porque esté en pasado, sino porque es hipotético, right? Entonces, eso sería lo que cambiaría si es una impresión real o si es una hipotética, ¿ready? Pero el conector as if y as though no tiene diferencia, es básicamente lo mismo, lo puedo usar cualquiera de los dos en ambos casos, ¿listo? Entonces, guys, in this case, for example, I use the verb act. In this case, I use looked because that is what I am perceiving. Yeah, but I can use any of these verbs. Or others, for example, I could say, I don't know, my mom always speaks as though, or as if, cualquiera de las dos, as though she were upset or angry. ¿Ya? O sea que mi mamá siempre habla como si qué,
como si estuviese
Como si
molesta.
estuviera brava.
como si estuviera brava, right? Esa es mi impresión, eso es lo que a mí me da, lo que a mí me da a entender, ¿cierto? Esa es mi, how did you say that? La impresión que a mí me da, más bien, ¿right? Entonces, in that case, uso as though. ¿Podría usar as if? Sí, no problem, cualquiera de las dos está bien. Solo que uso where porque es como una hipótesis. Yo sé que mi mamá no siempre está brava, pero actúa como si lo estuviera, o perdón, habla como si lo estuviera, ¿cierto? Acá no uso ninguno de estos verbos, pero igual, por ejemplo, talk o speak. Entonces son verbos de acciones humanas que pueden dar cierta impresión a otras personas. ¿Ready? Guys, hasta ahí. Questions, difficulties, problems.
No, teacher.
All good. Listo, muy bien, very good. Guys, pregunta de vocabulario. What is the meaning of seem?
Parecer.
Parecer, muy
Parecer.
bien. Very
Parecerme.
good. Excellent. Thank you. So the question here is, what do you think it's up with him, with this poor guy? What does it look like? What does it seem?
He seems as if he he was to sleep.
Again,
He
again,
went
he seems as if
as if
he.
he went to sleep.
Ah, okay. Very good. Okay, maybe, but I think I don't know. It's an impression and it's a possibility, but I am checking this coffee, that cup of coffee that gives me other impression. I don't know. What other options do we have here? Any other ideas? Mientras tanto, bueno, guys.
He seems as if he take a breakfast.
Oh, okay, okay. You think that he just woke up? Okay, so he says he seems as if he. Pero crees que, o sea, ¿de verdad crees que tomó desayuno? Entonces lo puedo usar en presente, normal. As if he takes breakfast. Right? It could be a good idea, right? En este caso, en la expresión de Jay, digamos que fue como que se ve como si se estuviera yendo a dormir, puede usar digamos que el presente continuo, pero de forma irreal. Entonces, en ese caso sería como lo hicimos acá. He seems as if he were going to sleep, como si se estuviese yendo a dormir, ¿cierto? Que es como una acción progresiva, pero puede ser también when, of course. ¿Ready? Camila.
Teacher, he looks as if he didn't sleep well.
Okay, for me, that's the impression that I have. He looks
Uh,
as if he didn't sleep well because he has like a sad face, no? And the cup of coffee, like, oh my God, right? So I
yes, the
think,
face like is exhausting.
yes, exactly. He's exhausted and está trasnochado, como dice Jason. Very good. That's the face. Yeah. Muy bien, guys. Pero son diferentes percepciones. Paul,
Profe, ¿cómo se dice trasnochado?
like you could say like overnight or overnight. No, overlate. No, I didn't sleep overnight. It could be overnight, pero realmente no hay una traducción como para decir trasnochado, sino que diría como durmió mal la noche anterior o pasó derecho o something like that. Pero no hay como una expresión literal, así como un adjetivo que digas trasnochado, right? En ese caso tendrías que hacer como una oración completa para explicar lo que es trasnochado, right? Listo, my dear guys. Entonces, fíjense que estamos hablando simplemente de percepciones, ¿sí? De pronto, Jay percibió que se iba a dormir. Ok, good, ok, puede ser. Pau percibió que se había acabado de levantar y que estaba desayunando. Ok, good. La impresión que me daba a mí y a Camila es que estaba como trasnochadito, tenía como carita así. Entonces, es diferente y así lo pueden expresar con estas expresiones, obviamente. As if y as though. Para eso hago la comparación. Me parece que se ve como si tal cosa, right? Tengan en cuenta si lo usan en presente, expresando que es una impresión real, que tú crees que sí pasó, o si lo usan en pasado, como que pues podría ser, pero no estoy seguro. ¿Listo? ¿Ready? Bueno, guys, so far, so good. Estas son solamente algunas de las posibilidades y aquí lo que voy a hacer es expresar una oración completa. Subject, verb, and complement. Subject, verb, and complement. But I have other options in which I can make it shorter, right? In this case, we're going to have the expressions as and the way. Ready? Recuerden que en este caso es como si, ¿cierto? La expresión es como si tal cosa. But here, in this case, I'm using as and the way. Only as, it's only como, which in that case is going to help me to include a noun phrase. It's a comparison too, but it's just with a noun phrase. It means only with the subject of the, or with the noun of the person or the other subject, right? So for example, here we have some kids nowadays speak and act as adults. When I use only as, I don't have to include a complete sentence, only the other subject that I am making the comparison with. In that case, for example, I am comparing kids with that and that they act and behave and speak as adults, no more. Only the noun, right? So in that case, it's not como si, sino simplemente como, right? Entonces, in that case, it's a easier or shorter comparison. What is the problem? In that case, the information is short. So maybe it might be not specific. Because if I say some kids nowadays speak and act as adults, why? In what way? Why do you think that is, right? So it's a little bit limited the information. But here, for example, this specific example, it's very clear. It's very explicit. So I said, see, of course, because they believe that they are so mature, right? Because in that case, I am comparing the dialogue and the actions of the adults with those of the kids, only using as a connector. Come on. But I also can do it with the expression the way. Ready? The expression the way, it means de la forma que. Ready? It's remember that in this case we're making comparisons with or between two different actions. Hmm? So Mrs. Yesenia, help me to read this example, my dear.
Hello, teacher. Teenagers now tend to eat the way to athletes do.
Esta palabrita es un poquito difícil de pronunciar. It's athletes. ¿Listo? Recuerden que esta TH se pronuncia como th, right? Entonces, athletes, right?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. So in that case, I am comparing two actions, the way that the teenagers eat and the way that the top athletes eat, right? What happened? In that case, when I use the way, I need to include the verb. En este caso no incluyo como tal el verbo, sino el auxiliar, porque aquí usé presente simple. ¿Cuál es el auxiliar del presente simple? Do. Pero si este verbo fuera en pasado, pues aquí incluiría did. Si este verbo fuera en presente perfecto, pues aquí incluiría have o has, right? Entonces, es simplemente una inclusión, pero también, digamos que se enfoca en el sujeto, acompañado del auxiliar generalmente, pero el foco está en ese segundo sujeto, right? So in that case, I'm saying the teenagers now tend to eat. What is the expression tend to? I forget tend to.
Tendencia
Tender a,
de.
tienden a, ¿cierto? En este caso tenderá. Entonces, the teenagers now tend to eat the way top athletes do. So, for example, they eat a lot of eggs, they eat and drink protein shakes, they eat and drink hydrating drinks like Gatorade or electrolyte all the time. They drink a lot of water, they eat vegetables, no? So I am comparing two different actions, right? And the same thing, do it in the second sentence, in the second example. Now the kids speak very mature, very professionally, not with shy, yeah. No, they do it professionally and very mature and technically. No, they use a lot of the different technical language. So it's very strange, and I am comparing the speak and the action of the adults with those speak and action of the kids. Hmm? Similar to the previous comparisons, yes, but not exactly the same. No? Because remember that in the previous one, we were talking about impressions, perceptions. Here, I am giving a comparison to one activity in two different subjects. Okay? Clear the difference here? No? Questions, problems here?
No, teacher.
No?
It's
All
clear.
good? Listo, very good. One really clear example is when we talk about the behaviors of other people, right? So in that case, I say, for example, that it's how do you say that? It's a stereotype. It's not true, but this is the way that we introduce this kind of comparisons. For example, we said mothers-in-law control you the way the police do it. It's an stereotype. Of course, that is not true, but it's what the people think, no? So mothers-in-law control you the way police do it or do. In that case, I am comparing the action of control, yes, between my mother-in-law and the police. Of course, it's a stupid example, but that is like a stereotype that everybody thinks. They compare, for example, mothers-in-law with police, yes? Or, for example, I don't know, math teachers explain us as, I don't know, as machines. In that case, I don't have to include that auxiliary at the end that I have to include with the way. With us is just the subject and no more. So I said, okay, I am comparing the explanation of the teacher of mathematics with explanation of machines. Very short, no? So that's what we can do here, okay? Now, the question here is, it says, he reminds me of someone, this guy that is right here, but I can't remember who. Maybe he's a doctor. What do you think? Look at the picture of the man based on the outfit and the pose and everything. What do you think? Is he a doctor? Because I don't think that he dresses as a doctor, no. Any ideas? What do you think is his profession?
I
How
think
is
I think that he uses clothes and the way reggaetoneros singers do.
exactly. So he wears clothes the way reggaetoneros do. Muy bien. He's comparing the way that this guy is wearing the hair clothes with the way that the reggaetoneros do it. Perfect, right? What about the pose? Jesus, my friend.
I think that he's posing the way like the rappers do.
Good, exactly. But in that case, I have a little correction. You could say, for example, he's posing as a rapper. Cierto? He's posing as a rapper. Why? Because in this case, I am talking about present continuous. Ready? So if I include the way, I would have to include the auxiliary. So it would be like he's posing the way rappers are. Or he's posing in that case the way rappers do. It could be another possibility, but I can just make it shorter and say he's posing as, oh wait, he's posing as a rapper or as rappers. That's it, right? For making it shorter, and that's it. For not having that problem between the incorrect auxiliaries, okay? But that's fine. Thank you, Jesus. That's the way. Entonces, guys, hasta ahí we have checked four different expressions for making comparisons or for making metaphors, no? That was as if, as though, including all complete sentences, as and the way for including shorter sentences in the comparison. And we are going to have like. We know that like it's verb gustar, but also we know that is an adverb of comparison for saying como. Ready? Like is a flexible adverb. Ready? Paul, help me to read all this part from here until here.
Okay, teacher. If you want to keep it simple, it replaces all previous form in casual conversation.
Very good. Guys, recuerden que en este caso, cuando tengo un objeto después del verbo, tratemos de hacer la unión fonética, es decir, unir las dos palabras. If you want to keep it simple. Ready? Trata de
Keep,
unir. Ajá,
keep it, keep it.
exactamente. Entonces, if you want to keep it simple, muy bien, that's it, right? Listo. So, what happened? Like, it's more flexible and it's more simple. So, it can replace all the previous forms but in casual conversation. Claro, si ustedes han visto un video de cualquier Instagramer, TikToker, YouTuber, influencer que hable inglés, right? Se darán cuenta que 90% del tiempo están usando it's like, like, se ha vuelto una palabra muy usada, pero pilas. El sobreuso de una palabra puede ser también nocivo, ¿cierto? Se puede volver una muletilla. Entonces, sí, es una palabra muy importante, pero si la sobreusamos, se va a volver una muletilla, ¿right? Si pueden ver cualquier video en algún momento, se darán cuenta que muchos creadores de contenido ahora usan solo like. ¿Ready? ¿Por qué? Porque están hablando como cuando uno dice como, sí, es como cuando ta, y ese como cuando ta, lo están usando así con like, ¿right? Entonces sí, me ayuda a reemplazar todos los anteriores y digamos hacerlo más simple, pero especialmente en casual conversations. Un correo, una reunión, no sé, una conversación con alguien no tan informal puede llevar a cabo mejor o puede, digamos, usar mejor los otros recursos, as if, as though, the way, as, ready? Para no sobreusar like, right? Listo. So examples, Mr. Johan, help me with the white example, my friend.
Okay, teacher. Recently, influencers have been acting like there are no consequence for their acts.
Exactly. So in that case, we are replacing as if or as though, yeah, because we are talking about an impression. So I said recently the influencers have been acting like. I can replace it for recently the influencers have been acting as if there are no consequence for their acts. No, muy bien. Jesus, my friend, the yellow example.
Every kid dreams to live like a celebrity, replacing S.
Perfect, very good. So in that case, we had that every kid dreams to live like a celebrity, just including the subject, so we can replace it for us. Every kid dreams to live as a celebrity. Could be another possibility. Cami, purple, please.
I always try to be responsible, like my mother told me to.
So in that case, we are replacing the way, yeah? So I always try to be responsible the way, así como, o de la manera que my mother told me to do, including the verb at the end. ¿Listo? Guys, questions, difficulties, ¿qué tal? Fácil, difícil, más o menos, more or less, cinco formas. All good?
It's fine, teacher.
Listo, guys. Muy bien, muy bien. Very good, excellent. And finally, porque obvio no hemos terminado, right? Finally, we are going to find out here that there are always ways to make it shorter, ready? To make something shorter. And we can do it with us, right? And auxiliaries, right? I can make sorry, a comparison or a metaphor using every single tense and an abbreviation with us. Ready? So, Mrs. Yesenia, help me to read the example in simple present, please.
My dog likes to eat chicken, as does my cat.
Exactly. So I use does because the first sentence was, though the first, yes, the first sentence was in simple present, as does my cat, right? Así como mi perro, como mi gato. Claro, of course, I can do it. My dog likes to eat chicken as my cat, and it's fine. It could be another possibility. But many times you're going to find that they include the auxiliary using us, right? For creating a metaphor there between two different subjects about the same action, right? Jason, my friend, number two, simple past.
Um, I went to the party, as did my brother.
Exactly. O sea, yo fui a la fiesta, mi hermano también, right? I can also replace it for my brother did too, or he did it too, or as well he did it, something like that. But simply I could use as did my brother, and that's it. It's a little bit shorter to do it, right? Paul, modals with modal verbs.
Models. They can sing high as can sopranos.
Very good. I am using a modal. I am using a modal in both parts, right? Cami, B.
My mom was really stressed as what was my dad.
Perfect, as was my dad. Johan, present perfect.
She has worked hard this year as I have. As have I.
Eso es. Pilas que en este caso se siente muy raro porque el auxiliar o verbo va de hecho antes. Iría as, auxiliar y el sujeto. Entonces se siente un poquito extraña, pero that's the way to do it. And Jesus' future.
They will improve much, as will you too.
Mhm. Will here, will there. Yeah. Bueno, here we have two different girls in this exercise, right? A ver, vamos a ponerlas por acá. That's it. Let's say that this one is, I don't know, let's say Sammy. This is the girl. And here we have Emma. Why not, right? Now it says, they are so similar. They do a lot of things in the same way, Sammy and Emma. Chatting all day, take pictures of everything, posting all their lives, follow every trend, among other things. How can you express such similarities? Of course, I can say that Sammy chats as Emma, or Sammy chats all day long as does Emma. Or I could say, for example, that Sammy and Emma chat all day long as if they didn't work because they work, but I'm saying as if they didn't work, como si no trabajaran, right? That's it. Now, here we have some other examples, posting on their lives, follow every trend, pictures of everything, right? But we could talk about other different things that they do related to the nature. Think on an example of one action that they do related to the nature. For example, Sammy goes to the park. No, sorry. Sammy trains in the park the way Emma does. Yeah. Think in an example for comparing these two ladies, right? You could use as, or you could use like, or you could use the way, or you could use as if, or you could use as though, right? Just think on the examples and let me know. What do you think?
Here, they love to sing as does the birds.
Okay, very good. Well, that was kind of the next example that we're going to do, but very, very good. So they love to sing as, you said as? No, yes?
Yes, teacher, as.
As the birds or as birds. And but you use actually, they love to sing as does the birds, right? That was the example.
Does the bird.
Exactly. Muy bien, very good. So they love to sing, comma, as does the birds. Good. Listo, very good. Any other?
Me teacher.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
They can record videos as can the producers.
Ah, wait, no, of course, well, because they have iPhone, so it's much more quality, right? Yes, very good. So they can record videos, as can the producers. Perfect. That's it. What else do you find here?
They uh, go to hiking every weekends as if they were professionals.
Very good. Excellent. En ese caso, Jake, te sobra el to. ¿Listo? So they go hiking. Sin el to, right? So they go hiking every weekend as if they were professionals. Muy buen example, my friend. Excellent. Anybody else? Jesus, Yesenia, Johan.
Sammy is cautious of what she posts as Emma.
Wonderful, very good. Sammy is cautious of what she posts, as is Emma. Muy bien, very good, excellent, right? Johan, do you have any examples, in mind?
Yes, teacher. I don't know if correct, but
Don't worry.
Sammy used to working with her pets as Emma, as ¿cuál sería el auxiliar with the used to did?
Como used to hace parte del pasado simple de Johan, entonces sería as did.
As did Emma.
Exactamente,
Okay.
ready. Pero ten cuidado que después del used to el verbo va a ir en infinitivo. Entonces sería Sammy used to walk with their dogs or with their pets, sorry, as did Emma. Muy bien, excelente. Ready? Listo. Y Yesenia, finally, do you have any example? Yesenia? Yeah, no, maybe. Or maybe she's having connection troubles. Good. Bueno, guys, so as that's all the different possibilities that we have. We can do it as if, as though, as only, only the way, only with like, only with as a shortened way. Yeah. But there are going to be previously some comparisons pre-established, no? For example, what is the action or the metaphor that we normally associate with this animal?
Sing.
Not really. In Spanish, it's the same. What animal is this one first?
Mm, Tucán?
Not really. Bueno, it looks like one, no.
Loro?
Yes, how do you say that?
Parrot?
Parrot. Muy bien. It's a parrot, right? What is the characteristic or the quality that we associate with the parrot?
Ah, they can talk
Talk, exactly. So, for example, in English as in Spanish, they could tell you like, hey, but you talk
like a parrot.
like a parrot. Yes. They are comparing you with a parrot because you talk too much, like a parrot, no? Or, for example, what is the characteristic that we work with? Well, one of the characteristics that we associate with bees.
Uh,
Well, workers.
Exactly, they are hard workers, no? So in that case, we could say like, but we work as bees. So very hard, yes? Or more complex. We work as if, y acá una pregunta, as if we are o as if we were.
Where?
Claro,
Where?
porque es hipotético, obviamente no es real porque no somos abejas, right? So we work as if we were bees, no? What about with the puppies? Do you know what is the meaning of puppy? Yes, of course.
A dog. A baby
Yes,
dog.
exactly. So what is the one characteristic that they do a lot?
Right?
Cry, because of course they are very sensitive, right? So there are expressions like, but you cry like a little puppy. It means you are very sensitive, very, very, very weak, no? Or for example, what is the characteristic that you could give to this animal here?
Cute?
Cute?
Cute, tender, yeah. So remember that we're going to have one simile that we can do it using as. No, both us, it's basically the same principle that we have here. So it's like you are as cute as a kitten. No, kitten. What is the meaning of kitten?
A little cat?
A little cat. It's like a puppy, but of the cats, right? So in that case, you are as cute as a kitten, or you are as sensitive as a little puppy, or you are as hard worker as a bee, or I don't know, you are as pretty as a flower. Yes. So in that case, this expression as us, it's going to help me to create these kind of comparisons that they are pre-established. Actually, you can find them. Wait a second. Wait, I'm going to find it here. Ahí, a ver, cómo. So we can have, for example, as busy as a bee, as quiet as a mouse, as sly. What is the meaning of sly?
Sigiloso?
Sigiloso, right? Yes, exactly. Como habilidoso, sigiloso, right? Or as strong as an ox. Uy, ¿qué animal será ese ox?
Un buey.
Muy bien. Entonces, fíjense cómo esas expresiones las usamos mucho para esas expresiones idiomáticas, ¿no? Entonces, como uno dice, ay, terco como una piedra, en español también, ¿sí? Pero en inglés ya hay unas expresiones preestablecidas que podemos ver acá, ¿cierto? Entonces, as brave, ya uno sabe que brave as siempre es con el león, ¿sí? Ocupado o activo como abeja, ¿cierto? Ciego como murciélago. Y así hay varios que ustedes pueden revisar. Y similes with animals y van a encontrar muchos, right? Pero no solamente con animals, hay muchas otras expresiones que ustedes pueden encontrar y que ya están preestablecidas. Por ejemplo, a ver si se las sabe, esta es muy, muy típica. As clean as a, starts with W. As clean as a, ¿no? Bueno, as clean as a whistle. Literalmente significa como tan limpio como un silbato, pero significa algo que está despejado. As clean as a whistle. Como un silbato está despejado. ¿Ready? Entonces, sí, hay muchas que son con animales, la gran mayoría, pero también hay otras expresiones, otros símiles con objetos normales. ¿Right? Entonces, for you to take it into account, sí podemos crearlas nosotros mismos, pero ya hay muchas que están preestablecidas. Entonces, si uno dice como, for example, as brave as a wolf, ya suena extraño, porque pues el animal para brave no es wolf, es lion, ¿sí? Entonces es bueno aprender estas expresiones idiomáticas también, porque obviamente nos va a dar mucha más naturalidad, ¿vale? Guys, questions acerca de estas expresiones, maybe, yes, no,
No, teacher,
todo bien.
everything's clear.
Everything is clear. Okay, guys, so remember these expressions, use them. Ready? Include the like. It's a good strategy because it's going to help me to start making comparisons. I know, you know what? I feel like ta ta ta. Yeah, but don't overuse the like. Change it, vary it. Yes, like try to moderate the use of like and start changing or exchanging with the other expressions as, the way, as if, or as though. Right? So it doesn't sound like all the time. Hmm? Well, guys, so for the moment, that's it for today. See you next Friday at 8 p.m. And that's it. Yeah. Maybe I can arrive a little bit late on Friday, but I will try not. Ready? So I see you at 8 p.m. Right? If I am in a hurry or something, I will text you in the chat of the meeting, but connect on time that I will be here granting the access to you. And if I have any kind of problem, maybe I text one of you or something that to let you know that I am delayed. Ready? But I hope no. Right? So, guys, thank you for being here. See you next Friday. And that's it. Sleep tight. Have a good night.
Thank you, teacher.
Good night,
Goodbye,
teacher.
Bye.
teacher.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a good
teacher.
night.
Bye.